Hey there, this is Clay again. Today is day number 4. We're talking about the big mistakes that people make when trying to get back together with their ex. Things that people do that really don't serve them in the long run. And today's day number 4, mistake number 4, and this mistake is trying to reason or trying to use logic to get through to your ex, to get your ex to give you another chance. And you know, maybe you're trying to just explain how things will be different. Maybe you're like, yeah, I'll finally take out the garbage, I promise. Or, you know, I'll clean up the house once a week. Or you know, I'll be nice to your mom, I promise. Or maybe it's just something like, hey, you know, it would just make more sense if we stayed together because then we could save money on rent or whatever. Or, you know, what about your financial aid? Or just something like that. You know, it doesn't really work because it's a logical and rational thing, and that's not what's going to make someone fall back in love with you. It's not what's going to sway them over. You know, you can't just be like, you know, I have prepared a following set of charts and data and, you know, pie charts and spreadsheets that will show to you the 5 reasons why we should be together. And, you know, it's okay for me to talk like a nerd like that. It's okay for me to make fun of nerds because I am a nerd. But you know, you don't want to do that. That's not going to really help your case because people don't fall in love because of logical reasons. It's not like the two of you got together because you were at a bar and you know, you were like, oh, well, gee, that guy is exactly 6 foot 1 inches tall, and that makes him a little bit taller than a guy who's 6 foot tall, but not so tall that I can't kiss him when I'm wearing heels or something. You know, it's not like you thought that when you were getting together with them. It was about the feelings that the two of you had. It's about the experiences that the two of you shared. It was about how it felt to be around each other. And that is what you really need to do if you want to get that relationship back. If you want to get back together with your ex, you have to inspire them on an emotional level. You can't just make a logical argument about, you know, money or whatever. I don't know. But you can't just do that because people don't fall in love with their minds. They fall in love with their emotions. And what you really need to do is you need to learn how to connect with them at that emotional level. How to make it so the two of you the emotions between the two of you are just so thick. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but you know, when you experience this, you'll get it. When the emotions between the two of you are just so thick that like everything else in the world just falls away, and everything that you say just has like such deep impact because the two of you are just so synced up together. The two of you are just so like almost kind of feeling the same vibes from each other. And when that happens, you know, the two of you will just feel so good around each other that you can't not get back together. I've seen this before. You know, when people have that kind of deep emotional connection, you know, nothing can stop them from getting back together. Even if, you know, a person's in a different relationship, even if the circumstances are weird, even if they're living across the world or something like that, they will get back together because being around each other just feels so good. They have that deep emotional connection. And that is something that I want you to really understand and to really give up on this whole idea of trying to make a logical argument, a logical case. You know, no amount of bar graphs are going to prove to your ex that they should get back together with you. What you have to do is make it feel good on an emotional level so they actually want to get back together with you, whether or not the bar graph tells the right story or not. You know, there are people who are in relationships even though it makes absolutely no logical sense. People who, you know, are married to like criminals on death row, and that's because of the depth of their emotional connection. You know, it doesn't make sense to be married to someone on death row. You don't see that person's in prison, the person is presumably going to be executed. It doesn't make logical sense, but because that person makes the other person feel good, they get into that relationship despite the overwhelming odds. And that's what I want you to be able to do with your ex. I don't want you to be on death row, obviously, but I want you to be able to have that kind of impact on your ex. And the way that you do that is by mastering the emotional and relational skills that are going to bring you together. And that's something that we teach you inside of the X Solution program. So again, if that's something that you are interested in, just go ahead and click on the button down below this video, and it'll take you to a page where you can read up more on the X Solution program and how it works to teach you these relational skills. And if that seems like a good fit for you, I want you to go ahead and sign up, okay? But again, don't try and make any logical rationales with your ex about why this will work, about why the two of you should be together. Again, it has to be on that deep emotional level, okay? So this is Clay from xsolutionprogram.com. Tomorrow we're going to talk with you about breakup mistake number 5. So I'll be back and talk with you again tomorrow. Thanks.